Here at 6 with breaking news, a stunning fall from grace for former House Speaker Mike Madigan.
The man once nicknamed the Velvet Hammer for his soft but driving political style, sentenced to 7.5 years in prison for corruption.
Oh, so justice really does take her time, but she always arrives. Let's talk about Mike Madigan, the so-called king of Illinois politics, and how his empire just came crashing down. Thank you again to all of my amazing subscribers. You are the backbone of this channel. And if you're new here, welcome to the community. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to help this channel grow and hold these bad actors accountable.
Ready or not? Ready or not? Here I come. Can't hide. Gonna find you and then yo. I play my enemies like a game of chess where I rest. No stress, no success.
Michael Madigan, the longest serving state house speaker in American history and once the most powerful man in Illinois, and finally been sentenced. After years of backroom deals, bullying, bribery, and betrayal, the so-called puppet master has found himself exactly where he belongs. Exposed.
Velvet Hammer, now convicted criminal. This was a trial that lasted 11 weeks, resulting from an investigation over 10 years. The jury deliberated over the course of 11 days. Nothing in this case was taken lightly. Mike Madigan left the federal courthouse after being sentenced to 90 months in prison. That's 7.5 years for 10 charges of bribery, conspiracy, and fraud. He took no questions, his face emotionless as it was pretty much all day in the courtroom. Madigan was originally charged in a 23-count indictment. His case, possibly the largest case of political corruption in Illinois state history. In fact, at one point during sentencing today, federal prosecutors even referenced another corruption trial for former Governor Rod Blagojevich. They argued Madigan's case was even worse because governors, they said, come and go, but Madigan stayed in the House of the Illinois, this position as Illinois House Speaker for decades. At one point today, Madigan spoke to the judge in his own defense, taking a big gulp of water before he did so, saying he was, quote, truly sorry for putting the people of Illinois through this and asking for mercy so that he can care for his wife, who is battling cancer. Judge Blakey said the apology was not enough, citing that even though Madigan has a record of public service, is a proven, dedicated father, grandfather, and husband, he still did what he did knowingly, and knowingly, he says, obstructed justice by testifying and lying under oath. He called Madigan's testimony nauseating, adding, quote, you lied, sir, you lied. Now, we mentioned Madigan didn't take any questions. Neither did prosecutors following this decision, but they did just issue a statement. I'll read a portion of it. They say, quote, corruption at the highest level of the state legislature tears at the fabric of a vital governing body. Now, Madigan left with his family tonight, but he will have to report to prison at a later date, and the location that he will have to report to is still to be determined.
Now let me be clear, this man didn't just make a few mistakes. No, this was a decades-long scheme to consolidate power, manipulate laws, and sell influence to the highest bidder. He didn't serve the people, he used them. In Chicago, which is already drowning in debt and dysfunction, paid the price. He ruled over Illinois like it was his personal kingdom, silencing opponents, rewarding allies, and burying corruption behind layers of bureaucracy. But it turns out, even the dirtiest political machine can't run forever. The feds caught on. They flipped insiders, and when the evidence came rolling in, it was undeniable. From ComEd bribes to political strong-arming, this wasn't leadership. This was organized crime with a government badge. And to think, this is the same city where Brandon Johnson is pretending to be in charge while the machine crumbles beneath him. But you know what? I'm not surprised, because justice may take time, but it always finds its target. So, To every family in Chicago who struggled while Madigan and his buddies flourished, this one's for you. To every voter who was told to sit down and stay quiet, speak louder. And to the rest of these corrupt officials, may this be a warning. You're next. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.